All right, for day 14, we're just going to go through a couple examples. It's converting between explicit rules and recursive rules. So in example 1, I'm giving you an explicit rule. One is arithmetic, one is geometric, and we are going to convert these to recursive rules. So remember, for recursive rules, you need two things. You need to know your first term, and you need to have your nth term written in terms of the previous term. And remember, a sub n minus 1 is your previous term. So in order to write your recursive rule, you need to know your first term, so we can find that using our explicit rule. And a sub 1 is -2. And now what you have to ask yourself is, what are you doing to get from one term to the next? And we know that this is an arithmetic sequence, and we see our common difference is right here, which is -4. So to get our next term, we're going to have our previous term minus 4, and that would be our recursive rule. Now in B, you can see that it's a geometric sequence, okay? We still need to know our first term, and the way that this is written, we see our first term, it's 4, and our nth term, we have to write it in terms of the previous term, which is a sub n minus 1. And what are we doing to get to our next term? We're multiplying by that common ratio. All right, now we're going to go the other way. So I'm giving you the recursive rule, and we're going to write the explicit rule. So what we want to determine first is if we have an arithmetic or geometric. So in part A, notice that we're adding 5 to our previous term. So that's your common difference, which makes it an arithmetic sequence. So to write our explicit rule, you need two things. You need your first term and your common difference. And you can leave it like this. So that would be accepted. Or you could distribute the 5 through and get 5n minus 5, and then combine your like terms, which would be 5n minus 8. All right, and then part B, notice that you have your previous term, which is a sub n minus 1, which is right here, and we're multiplying by 1/2. So that's your common ratio. So to get from one term to the next, we're multiplying by 1/2, which is telling us it's a geometric sequence. And our rule for the explicit rule of a geometric sequence is a sub 1 times our common ratio to the n minus 1 power. Now you're ready to complete day 14 homework, and tomorrow you will have a Delta Math quiz over recursive rules, writing the terms, and converting back and forth.